The score stands is the best of two. Dolphin War took the first win after a very solid comeback there. Now we're at game two. They've swapped Civs and the Vit 07 with the Britons this time around. Dolphin of War with the Japanese. We'll see how they choose to play this one out. Let me fast forward again a little bit here while we have a quick look at the maps. Back, gold, stone, better for Dolphin of War this time around, not right up against the wall like the previous game. While the Wit has stone in the back, gold in the back. Not going to be an easy subject to early pressure here. We'll see how they choose to solve it, though, if the Wit wants to turtle this with the boom and the Britons arbalests here to get a bit some kind of siege units to push. Arbs, trebs, we'll see. Already placing the houses in a defensive manner just in case Dolphin of War does something similar to the Wit's approach the previous game. Dolphin of War strikes me as more of a secure, boomy defensive player, judging from the previous game exclusively. Here comes stone for a castle. So yeah, right, maybe it's the same approach again. 3 on stone. Okay, this is beginning to look kind of like... Oh. Beginning to look a little bit like the same approach, but some solid idle TC time here for Dolphin of War. After this into the second game here, maybe not too accustomed to playing Japanese. I'm speculating here, of course, we have the Wit going up at 25 pop like Dolphin of War did the previous game to go booming and in defense mode. With the feudal age kicking in, Dolphin of War proceeds forward to scout the enemy side, just to see if there's any indication of what's to come here. It's the blacksmith market for the Wit as well. We'll be going castle age here without any significant idle time. 3-4 seconds, that's about it. Yeah, a little bit more time before the actual click here. Double Wit axe, castle age on the way. While Dolphin of War is also on the way up here with 28 pop, but 1 minute 21 seconds of idle time, so that's quite a lot for an arena opening actually, when you aren't really risking getting disturbed by the opponent's advances. Here's the barracks. Could it be that Dolphin of War wants to contest the middle with the scouts or something here? Barracks is probably for spears to take out enemy scouts. There's a blacksmith market for Dolphin of War as well. It's going to be a 29 or 30 pop fast castle. It hasn't even clicked castle age before the Wit is up. This could be huge for the Wit here. So going mainly for the boom though. 1 on stone, 1 on gold here. Oh, that's a huge lead to the castle age. I'd honestly consider changing my plans now if I were the Wit to apply some forward pressure immediately, because the Dolphin of War is going to take a long time to get to the castle age here. 2 minutes to go still here. There's the barracks for the Wit as well. Neither player really committing to any middle presence here to claim the map. They don't seem too interested in contesting the relics. The Wit obviously going to get an eco lead here. That surprisingly not larger here now, with 3 town centers consistently producing here. But the Dolphin of War, of course, needs to, if the plan is to boom here, needs to get... Okay, I guess the plan isn't to boom because it's been mining so much stone and it's going to go for a forward castle here. Followed by... It's only 8 farms, so it's not really fast in, but it's going to push and claim some map control here. Maybe break through and do, I don't know what. We know Japanese get decent monks. We saw that the previous game, but it's not the fast imp monk tribes here. The food and gold situation doesn't warrant that for Dolphin of War, but there's not barely any army out for the Wit here, so the Wit should be able to shouldn't be able to stop this castle drop. We'll see if the Wit freaks out or what happens here. The range going up just now. And that castle is protecting a lot of resources in front of the gate here, so Dolphin of War certainly claiming some significant middle control here. Castle is up, and looks like another castle will be in the making for Dolphin of War here. Will be breaking through, makes it a bit hard to break through more quickly as well. And there's enough stone for another castle as well. That should go right on the production here, I think, before there will be any significant numbers of crossbows to mention here. Is it covered by the castle as well? It might be. The Wit, will you be able to stop this? I guess the crossbows could sit outside of the range of this castle and slow down the build process, but there's more villagers being sent forward by Dolphin of War to get this castle up. Fletching all the way in, Bodkin Arrow could be handy as well. Making use of the Warden Castle here to make a samurai against the crossbows. That's that's a distraction, if anything, and that's what Dolphin of War needs here to get this castle up. Really trying to flex here with the forward castle. Castle drop samurai basically here for Dolphin of War against Britons, which is fascinating because Britons range units should definitely be able to deal with samurai, obviously. I think this samurai is just scouting here. I'm surprised the Wit doesn't really react. Gonna get that one now, yeah. It's out of the picture. More rangers coming up in the back here. This looks familiar from the previous game here. Obviously a good call against Samurai play, but Dolphin of War has other plans here. Gonna add some rams, maybe. The Wit, admittedly better economy here. 21 more villagers total and better eco upgrades. Does have horse wheelbarrow, something that Dolphin of War doesn't. But the pressure is real here, and you don't easily deal with castles in Castle Age. I see the 2 Siege Workshop app here, gonna pump out some rams probably to try and take down these castles. And I guess you can't really produce out of these ranges because the castle would target your units when they move out. Hey, what was that? Did the castle shoot multiple crossbows there? Okay, so some mangonels out here. Considering that the Wit is missing Bodkin Arrow for now, mangonels are going to do just fine against Britons here. Because when you don't have Bodkin Arrow, the Britons crossbows don't outrange the mangonels. Hello, the Belgian. And the more mangonels, the more difficult it is to micro away from them, no matter if you have that extra range or not as well. So we'll see. Still mining stone here is going to be another castle probably soon enough. Maybe over here, maybe further into the nice stone. The Wit still doesn't have stone to, what should I say, counter castle here. And with mangonels to protect villagers, making yet another castle drop, it's going to be rough for the wit to stop it. Quite a few of those are weak though, so if your crossbow micro is competent, there's a chance you could stop it still. Yeah, another castle. It's just a game of castles here for Dolphin of War, flexing a bit here on the arena plays with Japanese. Probably not what you would expect from Japanese here, some extensive stone mining, and admittedly not the most impressive castle age time here, 1735, after having some significant idle time. One Mangonel is down, Bodkin Arrow still not in. Oh, that's a 1-for-2 shot. Good shot by the Wit there to get that Mangonel out, but it's just buying time here for Dolphin of War to get yet another castle up here. And these crossbows need to back off. They're gonna die to this castle because this castle will complete. Samurai pumping out to deal with the ram here. Perfect. They should slay this one rather quickly. And Dolphin of War moves back to mine more stone here. Not really mining stone at home. 2 town centers are up though. And with this pressure taking out enemy town centers with castles and mangonels, the Wit is losing the ability to expand across the map and hence lacking space to extend the economy as well. A defensive castle is going up though, and here comes the Mangonel to try and get a little bit of hit in on the villagers, but yeah, that castle goes up, the Mangonel goes down, 100%. Third pound center now for Dolphin of War, and really flexing or memeing here, I'm not too sure what's going on with this Samurai, playing Samurai against the Britons. The only purpose of that I can see is to is to take out enemy rams as they try to deal with the castle. That might be the reasoning behind this. We do have the Wit going to the Imperial Age, but does he have gold access actually? All the gold! The Wit is off gold! Only a stone here. We'll have to sell stone for gold for trebuchets when the Imperial Age sets in. This is actually huge. Main gold denied, side gold denied, side gold over here. Oh wait, that's not the Wit's gold. Where's the third one? Is it depleted? Wow. Yeah, that's nasty for Mangonel trying to take out the castle. Good luck. This is so nasty for the Wit here being off gold. You can't really make full use of the Imperial Age when you don't have the gold. Could of course sell stone, but we'll probably need that to repair the castle. But you could sell food for gold. But in the long run, that's just not sustainable because the more you sell, the more difficult it's going to be to afford whatever you need your gold for. This castle covers this gold. This castle, it's the forward castle. We have the samurai here. They should make quick work of the ram, no problem. Even if there's castle fire behind, and that castle still only has fletching as well. So Dolphin of War is actually doing more damage here. Didn't even ungarrison the samurai. They're not doing it. They could go over here and raid. Or kill houses or do something. Imperial Age for Dolphin of War as well. And with 3 castles forward, I think the samurai, no, the Japanese should win the trap wars here. Definitely doing some work forward here. The bit is first the Imperial Age did tweak the economy somehow to afford the first trebuchet here. But only 1 trebuchet, that's actually, you'd still be able to keep the castle up through repairs in that case. There's finally Bodkin Arrow as well. And where is the Wit taking hold? What am I not seeing here? Is that gold? No, that's stone. Has to be the market, right? Stone is out as well. There is stone for another defensive castle if need be. Could go up on this side. I'm not sure if that makes sense. At this point, you really actually need to sell stone to have gold access, get some traps out, deal with the castles, claim your own gold back. But Bodkin is in, and Imperial Age gives another range, so you really shouldn't be losing crossbows to mangonels here. Just use that range, focus them down, and finish with that. So just a slight eco lead now for the Wit. Dolphin of War has been extending the macro at home as well, with now 77 builders on 3 town centers. Not currently producing. 2 trebs are out, and the Wit wants to deal with these castles so that the gold can be reclaimed, but there's only 40 seconds to go until Dolphin of War is in the Imperial Age as well, which means that these 2 castles will still be able to produce trebuchets. I'm not understanding the samurai investment here. It's not going to be viable as long as there are crossbows or maybe even arbalests out. They are backing off here, close to the other castle. Weird. So 1 castle goes down, that's fine, but we have these 2 castles producing 1 treb each, so that should give 2 trebs already to the Japanese. Once eco allows, you could get Kataraputo, the unique technology as well, so the trebs will instantly unpack. I'm not seeing that castle go up. It's even within range of Dolphin of War's castle, I think. Oh, he could snipe the foundation here. Tell me Dolphin of War is paying attention here. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Yeah, I could still just snipe the foundation with trebs. I think I might do that, actually. Samurai won't really contribute much against the arbalests here. Another forward castle might go down, but another trebuchet comes out as well. And the wit still just now got back to the gold here. That newly built castle that's going to go down again just as quickly as it started. At least some of the missed projectiles they even hit the archer range here, so that archer range might die to a missed shot. I love the insistency upon using the samurai here though. Maybe Dolphin War just thinks, yeah, I'm gonna use this unit because it's cool. 1 castle goes down, and the samurai called to snipe the trebs! He's using trebs to try and snipe arbalests here. And off the gold we are again. Yeah, they are cool. They are one of the coolest units in the game, honestly. And if they get close, if they get close, I guess they'll do decent. Even against archers, but this is just ridiculous. They're only here to snipe the trebs. That's a very expensive investment to make to deal with enemy trebuchet. They are dealing with some arbalests, and Dolphin of War now knows that the wit is off gold yet again. It's going to be very costly to replenish these numbers. Not even seeing, well, here's the archer armor, so finally we might be seeing some Japanese skirmishers here. But, yeah, Dolphin of War seems quite comfortable in the situation here. Looks like the 3rd forward castle is about to go down here, so that kind of ends the forward of Dolphin of War. But in a sense, Dolphin of War has been able to buy an advantage here. I guess could use the trebs to take out the mining camp as well, to make mining a lot more awkward here. No more samurai, rip samurai, but the treb wars here. Yeah, there's repairs here for the wit, and the gold is accessible again now. The stone, however, is depleted, so no more castles for Dolphin War unless buying the stone for it. It's also not really producing army here, which is a bit of a concern. Very focused on taking out the forward castle here, while Dolphin War has all the time in the world to go into elite skirmishers here, and the wit won't have a response ready for that. But there's lots of wood and food in the bank for the wit, though, so could still go into Britain's light cav here to deal with the skirmishers. Ah, the Otter crowd. How did it go with the finals? The Valhalla Cup final. Emoticon in the chat as well. Hello. Amazing games. Glad to hear it. I just started my casting session. Oh, congratulations on 3rd, Emoticon. 3rd is an accomplishment. That's something to be proud of. Unless you feel like you didn't really play your best foot. Shadow Raven won. Yeah, I'm not too surprised about that. Looked very solid against Lowerty. Rafe on the League 2. Alright. So we're re-rolling here. Dolphin of War has been dropping no less than 3 castles forward here on the wit with the Britons. And he made Samurai against freaking Britons. What a madman. He made Samurai just for the memes of it, I think, because they don't really serve a purpose against the mass crossbows or arbalests. Re-rolling in progress here for David is going to have some false sense of security over a while. How many skirmishers to one-shot a villager? At least 30 by the looks of it. And now, of course, the stable's going up to deal with the mass elite skirmishes here. Dolphin of War has taken the equal lead here, 104 villagers. Still has gold inside of the base at home, and healthy farm eco going. Could maybe sort out the wood drop-off points. Baha vs Rafa in League 2 and Shadow vs Exorcist in League 1 for the Grand Finals. No ballistics or chemistry yet. Who's going for pikes? I didn't see the... I was reading the chat for a bit there. Yeah, I must have seen the stables before the castle went down. And you'll expect it as well, right? The Belgian, when you make elite skirmishers, you'll need to be prepared that the opponent will be making, for example, cavalry against it. And Japanese are at a great advantage here. They have faster attacking infantry, 15% faster attacking, I think. So they'll do very nicely against the Britain's cavalry that don't have bloodlines. I think they do have husbandry, but they don't have bloodlines, so they're light cav. And also, full upgrades, but not that extra hit points that the bloodlines gives, and obviously not the hussar upgrade. Ballistics now for the wit. Has been under heavy pressure here, mind you, so that's why the rangers are in the back here. Is Japanese planning to mix in siege ram? That's going to be a bit rough, I think. Match, that's tied to my account, so that's not going to work here, but you could type exclamation mark rank and the players' nicknames in the chat to see the reals. This is a 14-20 versus 13-70, so they're fairly evenly matched. But Japanese should definitely mix in some capped rams here to soak arbalest fire. Capped ram, halberdier, I guess, would make sense to start pushing here if your eco allows for such. The wit has been defending admirably here, I must say, against the forward castles and the weird choice of samurai here. Getting the full upgrades now, only missing the defense for the arbalesters, which would have them tank a little bit more skirmisher fire, I guess, but that's about it. And now we're going to contest the relics at minute 50, because we're going to need gold here. The wit only has access to the main gold that, granted, hasn't really been mined because it's been denied for the better part of the game here. Look at the skirmishers annoying the gold miners here over the walls. So annoying. Yeah, I'm surprised, especially surprised Dolphin of War never prioritized the relics, because he was holding the whole map for a long while with the forward castles and the pressure. So that was a bit interesting. So Halb, skirmisher push here, that would almost kind of give the Britons the impression that you're out of gold here, but that's not really the case for Dolphin of War. Just going to be plain annoying here. We see the capped rams in queue as well, out of no less than 3 siege workshops here. And rams, that is basically Britain's kryptonite. Japanese don't get siege ram though, so that helps Britons a little bit here. But you're still going to struggle on big time against halberdier siege ram here, because the Britons light cav, they are nothing special at all. Sure, they'll deal with the skirmishers, but the halberd deals with chew up these light cav. Not sure why Dolphin of War is pulling away the halberdiers, maybe hoping not to reveal them here. There are so many elite skirmishers, they almost take out the light cav here. 82 military to 79, surprisingly similar fight here, but not enough help, more in queue obviously. So even if Britons win this fight, it's going to be Dolphin of War coming out on top with the numbers here. We'll see some... yeah, Eco definitely allows for full-on halberdier and skirmisher spam here. We see Onager being teched as well. That's going to be bad news for the Britons if you have an off moment from your army control. But the Britons arbalest Imperial Age. 5+5 range. If you get the Omen for the castle, a unique tech as well, then Britons have 5+6 range, and that should outrange Onagers nicely. But of course, if you have a little bit of a lapse in attention, the Japanese player could get a juicy shot in here. Looks like Dolphin of War's target will be the side barracks here. Pikeman? Pikeman? No, that was a misclick, I think. Supplies, arson even, to take out buildings with infantry. Infantry switch for the tier. Never going to be ideal against Japanese, because Japanese attack faster, and now they are inside. They're keeping the gate open here with the halberdiers, and the cap rams enter as well. Yeah, it's going to be the champions, but it's going to take too long, and however you look at it, the Japanese still get better champions if they go into that switch at some point. So again, I love the idea, but I don't think it's going to work for the wit here. More ranges for Dolphin of War. Going to have more consistent production of units here. Best equalizer. Thanks for the follow. Sap. Are you equalizer in Magnolia's Discord? Best equalizer? Or are you another equalizer? Alright, yeah, nice to read your posts, following your progress and stuff. That's fun. Yeah, Britons went halberdier, right? That's obviously more cost efficient here. You're making use of the wood and gold here, but it just doesn't work against Japanese. Mass elite skirmishers, better halberdiers, faster attacking for the Japanese. Even in equal numbers, Japanese are going to come out on top here, and they already have the counter unit in the elite skirm. Now the cap rams are targeting the barracks over here, and yeah, armed ball still alive, and I think that's important as well, because at some point the gold will run out, and suddenly if you can make a move with your long-range arbalest, you could do a lot of damage. But Dolphin of War has the momentum here, will deal with these forward barracks, I think, and eventually get to deal with the arbalest as well. I believe Onager has been teched by Dolphin of War, so that should be an option. It's actually reacting to the halberdiers of the barracks of the wit as well, maybe expecting champions from the wit and going into some militia here, unless that's a misclick. It could be as well for Dolphin of War. Pop cap though, against 150 pop here. Yeah, only 36 on parms for the Britons. That's not going to last your light cap spam. Alright, so this game could have gone longer by the looks of it. The bit was just simply had to go and admit the defeat here. And it was looking kind of rough with the Rams and population total, army total. I think Dolphin of War had this in the pocket in the end there. Some dips, and this is the mass of Samurai for Dolphin of War moving into snipe crabs at this moment. Very competent forward there. Fascinating game. GG indeed. the heck are you doing to get this kind of APM in the start of the Dark Age? Pushing deer?